everyone, welcome back to Cowabunga Corner. In this episode, I am reviewing Raphael from the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2014 movie. Yes, the Michael Bay film, da-da, which is directed by Jonathan Lisman. But I have been confirmed that this is more of a Bay film than a Jonathan film. So while I know people are going to be screaming out, but he's just a producer. Yes, a producer with a lot of power. And his hands have been all over these turtles. Yes. And I know some people will take great hate to that because they don't like Bay. I personally don't have an opinion of Bay. My opinion will grow depending on what happens with this movie. Kind of like I didn't have an opinion of M. Night Shyamalan until the last Airbender film. Which I am very happy that M. Night Shyamalan is not doing anything with the new Turtles. Thank you. Keep them away, please. Here's Raph with the other three turtles here. One of my biggest problems with the new Raphael in the movie is his bandana don't look red enough. This toy has a much more red bandana than the one that is in the film. This bandana looks way too purple to me. To where when I was first seeing the early trailers, I'm sitting here going, what is with that coloring? Which turtle is this supposed to be? Raph's the one with the thing over the head. What in the world? And the coloring's just so weird to me. It's not Raph. I'm so used to a normal bright red to where you can tell it's red, not purple. But even when you have the two of them next to each other, that red still looks purple. So they're able to have a red background next to Raph's bandana, and it stands out as a red background. Okay, I got all the twist ties out, but Raph does not want to come out of package. There we go, pull that big boy out. And then he's got his size. The back of the box is the same as Mike and Don's. On the back of the box, of course, Raph's weapons are colored, and like usual with Playmates toys, the weapons are not colored. Knees bend, waist bend. His shell, plastron, is painted inside here, so it looks a lot better. I'm glad to see that with Raph. His bands are painted all the way around. Out of the turtles, Raph has the best paint job. I am really impressed with that. Again, nowhere to put his weapon, no holster. And also still a very monotone face. They just want to give you those lips. They want you to see the lips on these toys, and that's what they're doing. Yay, lips, not. Turtles don't have lips. So, read my lips, turtles don't have lips. Irritating. I never thought about it till I started seeing things like out of the shadows. I'm like, oh, that just looks wrong on a turtle. And yeah, it does. Some interesting detail pattern to his plastron. Now, let's grab up Mikey and Donnie from the other toys on the table. Raph is about the same height as Don, but bigger. So he looks bigger, but they are actually the same height, which means, of course, that Mikey will be shorter. His shell comes up kind of behind his head more, kind of like Michelangelo's does. And his bandana covers the entire top of his head. In Ninja Turtles: The Next Mutation, Donatello had his bandana covering only the lower half in his eyes. Leonardo was his upper half, Raphael was the middle, and Michelangelo was the full head, with just his mouth area showing. So this kind of reminds me of another thing from The Next Mutation. Just like the front plastron changing and everything does too. They're beefier like The Next Mutation was supposed to be. Their shells have changed. So in a way, a lot of this is kind of reminding me of The Next Mutation design patterns going in that direction. So if you're a fan of The Next Mutation, be happy. We got more of like loincloth type design for his clothing. I still don't understand the clothing. I just don't. I really don't. He's got one strap over his shoulder instead of two like the other two do. He looks okay. You of course, get your little information pamphlet. Their shells are all extremely different. His is even darker than Michelangelo's, and Michelangelo's was darker than Donatello's, so each of the shells not just colored differently, but they're sculpted differently, which is nice. That gives it more of a personality for each toy. These are not the same mold being used over and over again, like, let's say, the classic Turtles bodies are. So this gives you a little bit more of that, but it gives you also that very scaly texture, I'm older than a teenager feel with this toy. Mikey has more of a smooth texture to him on the toy, so he does look a little younger than Raph, but Raph looks too old. That's Raph. Next to the Nickelodeon toy, he is taller than the Nick Raph. Of course, the classic Raph is taller than him, but I'm doing this for those who would like to see these together. And of course, the neck of Raphael. Pretty good detailed toy. Out of the action figures, I have to say that Raph is my favorite so far from the design point and just the details put into him. Not that I like the design of the face and the changes made, but that I like the toy matching up towards the movie more. But I also like that they did more of a normal red bandana than what he has in the movie. His bandana in the movie bothers me. It's too purple. Way too purple. Take the blue out of his bandana. Here's the 3 turtles that we have out of package so far. We have a lot more to come with the 2014 movie just around the corner. Let's check out everything coming as we are getting more and more excited. And if you have not, please go to TMNT-L.com and go to our events and meetup area. Jump in on one of the many different meetups to join in on the screenings of this movie for the first day that it comes out with people, turtle fans in your area. Let's make this a country-wide gathering, going to all the different theaters and getting together, enjoying the turtles, pizza, making new friends. Let's make this happen. And the only way it can is if you guys jump in, join in, and say, hey, I'm in New Hampshire. Hey, I'm in Windsor. Hey, I'm in Detroit. These are some of the locations we have listed on TMNT-L to have gatherings at. Do you want your hometown listed? Make it happen. We'll catch you here next time on Cowabunga Corner.